Hi, I'm Chiara and I'm Italian, and I often cook and speak with my hands. I'm a health coach, a yoga teacher, and a student of functional medicine. And I'm here today to share with you my personal and professional experience. When I moved to China in 2007, my health started to deteriorate. The Western doctor I was seeing at the time told me I had hormonal imbalances, and then the fact that I was experiencing 30 different emotions in the span of 1 hour was completely normal. In the same day, I would be happy, angry, upset, annoyed, hopeful, joyful, and moody. And according to him, I would have to experience this for the rest of my life. I'm sure you have days like this, right? Yes, I hate them too. So at that time, I did not want to believe that this diagnosis was me. But I understood that I could control my emotions, and if I can do this, you can do this too. So I started my research, and I often found out that emotions are strongly linked to food. And this is for two main reasons. The first one is that in our gut and intestines, we have 100 trillion bacteria, which is almost 1 or 2 pounds of bacteria living inside of us. This is a huge discovery because we don't realize the extent of this number. So I wanted to do a simple comparison between seconds and time so that you can understand and you can grasp better how big this number is. So if 1,000 seconds is equal to almost 70 minutes, 1 million seconds would be already 12 days. 1 billion seconds would be 31 years. And 1 trillion seconds would amount to no less than 31,700 years. We mentioned that we have 100 trillion bacteria in our gut. So 100 trillion seconds would be 3,170,980 years, which is about 45,000 lives of average length. Why is this number so important? We have also discovered that the bacteria in our gut are strictly linked to our emotions. If we have healthy bacteria in our gut, we feel good and we are happy. If we have negative bacteria in our gut, we feel ill and sad. The second major discovery is that in the gastrointestinal tract, we can find all the neurotransmitters that are found in the brain. This is absolutely mind-blowing if you think about it. Especially, we can find the 4 major neurotransmitters, which are serotonin, the happy hormone, dopamine, the reward-motivated chemical, glutamate, the learning and memory chemical, and norepinephrine, the stress chemical. These discoveries were done in 1921 by Dr. Lingley and followed by his successor, Dr. Gerson. And together they coined the term second brain. They also discovered that 95% of our serotonin is created and housed in the gut, and the lack of it will lead to depression. So it's really important for us to try to ingest and consume foods that are high in the vitamins and amino acids that can help serotonin to be high. And these are vitamin B6 and 12, the vitamin inositol, and the amino acid tryptophan. This may sound very complicated, but they actually are in very common and inexpensive foods. Vitamin B6 and 12, you can find it in carrots, spinach, sweet and normal potatoes, green peas, banana, and avocado. Inositol can be found in oranges, peaches, and pears, legumes and sprouts, vegetables such as bell peppers, tomatoes, potatoes, and asparagus, and especially green leafy vegetables, nuts and seeds, and whole grains like brown rice, buckwheat, and quinoa. And finally, tryptophan. The higher the tryptophan, the higher the serotonin. So it's really important that we start to include these foods daily. And these are really delicious foods, so it will be very easy. You can start with cacao, oats, dry dates, sesame, tofu, chickpeas, almond, sunflower, and pumpkin seeds, buckwheat, spirulina, and peanuts. On the contrary, some of the foods we ingest every day can have a very negative effect to our health. The first one are antibiotics. Antibiotics are medicines that are used to cure disease, especially infections, and they have saved billions of lives. They are a very good discovery and invention. However, they have a very bad negative effect, which is to kill all the other bacteria as well. It's shown that even one cycle of antibiotic can weaken our immune system and our gut health. But the pills that we take for an infection are not really the problem. The big problem is the antibiotics that we ingest indirectly through animal products and dairy. The animal farming has created a very hostile environment for animals, and the poor nutrition and living conditions are making these animals very sick. Obviously, if the animal would die, it would be a loss for the company. So the companies are adding antibiotics to their feed or inject them to their bodies so they can stay healthy. And these antibiotics end up in their flesh or in their milk, and they get served to you for breakfast. The second element that is very important for functional medicine is gluten. In particular, alpha-gliding gluten, which is found in the grains like wheat, rye, and barley. And this is because many people can have a sensitivity to the protein of gluten, and it can show in different ways. You can see it might manifest with headaches and eczema or bloating, and the most common one is depression, because it leads to malabsorption or hypermeability, and especially the malabsorption of magnesium can lead to depressive symptoms. Other aspects of eating that are really positive for you is to focus on home-cooked meals. Families and friends that eat home-cooked meal 5 or more times a week tends to eat more fruits and vegetables and micronutrients, and overall feel happier and live longer. In addition to this, when you eat with people that you love, the food that you eat passes smoothly through your body. On the contrary, eating on the street or in front of a computer while you're working is not a distressing option. So you might want to start thinking about cooking more of your food. According to Ayurveda, the Indian medicine, eating standing up is not ideal. You want to sit down in a quiet room without TV so that all the energy in your body can go to your digestion instead of your legs. And according to the macrobiotic diet, which is the Zen Buddhist diet, we should chew our food very slowly. Actually, they indicate to chew the food 30 times every bite. And I know that 30 times seems like a lot, but you can start with 10 and work your way up. The Ayurvedic medicine also suggests to stick to regular meal times, and this will help your body recognize when the energy is coming in, especially if you do sport, like going to the gym, or do yoga or run. And finally, if you have taken antibiotic in the past, you might want to focus on probiotics food. Now, let's take a look at what happy food looks like. We have a beautiful example of Buddha bowls. These are hearty dishes made with vegetables that are roasted or raw, and with beans and tofu, nuts and seeds, sprouts, and all these colorful vegetables. In Vietnamese cuisine, you might want to adopt some easy substitutions. So brown rice noodles, white rice noodles is a very good option. Red rice or brown rice instead of white rice. Brown rice paper for your spring rolls. And a vegetarian pho made with brown rice noodles. Now, let's imagine the perfect happy day. You wake up, you drink water, you prepare a beautiful and delicious bowl of banana oatmeal or healthy pho, and get ready for the day. The fiber and the nutrients of the food start to nourish your food. You feel energetic and positive towards the day that is starting. You go to work or to school. You feel happy. Little things don't bother you. You already spent some quality time with your family. You feel relaxed. You ate slowly. You just enjoy the moment. After a little bit, it's already lunchtime. You share your home-cooked food with your lovely colleague, talking about your hobbies and your passions. You forget all about the stress of the work, and you just enjoy the time with her. In the afternoon, when you get hungry again, it's easy to grab an orange or a pear for a snack, just to keep you going until dinner time. In the evening, you return to your lovely family and discover that your mom has prepared your favorite food, red rice with vegetables and legumes. Your children, they are your mirrors. They are picking up these healthy habits and starting to enjoy the wholesome food. After the lovely food, you relax, watching TV, or reading a book, or going for a walk. And you then realize that it was a very good day. It was a happy day. Thank you.